quite common actually for the weather to be not what you expect, because we just didn't really know what to expect a lot of the time. We are reaching the end of our month-long paragliding and camping trip exploring northern Pakistan. We've had a few days to rest and recharge from the previous mission and are now preparing to depart Hunza. What we decided to do was pack all of our things into our bags and get it ready to go, so that if we did land somewhere on the way to Islamabad, we could just arrange for a taxi driver to come and collect our things, drive it along the highway and meet us there. That would save us having to go back to Hunza to get our stuff and then drive all the way to Islamabad.
So we had a late start. All the gear was ready with bags. Got the lift to the takeoff.
So the goal of the first day was literally just to climb out from Hunza, go and land at Shepherd's Hut, which is at 4,500 meters above the Hunza Valley, and camp up there for the night.
Which allow a much earlier start for the following day.
All right, so the objective really here is just to top land and not bomb out. You want to go and fly up to Shepherd's Hut, which is at 4,200 meters. Just ridge soaring up these cliffs. Quite smooth actually. Et voilà, ça vole avec Antoine et le vautour. Qu'est-ce que ça met du temps aujourd'hui à monter. Tranquillou bilou. Mais bon, c'est en train de surdévelopper encore. On va pas tarder à se poser. Okay, that's where we want to top land. Shepherd's Hut. Nickel. Yes. You guys still beat me. Okay, so we've landed at our goal, which is Shepherd's Hut. It's at 4,200 meters, so we're set up ready for tomorrow. The forecast for the next 3 or 4 days looks amazing. Having said that though, today this wasn't on the forecast. Just goes to show you can't really trust all of the forecast.
We found out very early during the trip that weather forecast and weather models are not the most accurate.
It's quite difficult to predict the weather forecast in Pakistan actually. To be honest with you, you kind of really just have to look out the window and look at the clouds and the sky and see what's going on.
I guess the forecast is only here to give a general idea of what the weather might be.
This is where we camped last night, just above Karimabad. It's on, but our objective is to fly over Spantik. It's more of an afternoon thing. We're going to wait a bit and then take off and try and fly up the Hispa and then see if we can fly over the Golden Pillars. If the cloud base is high enough, we'll go over the other side. Otherwise, we'll turn around and come back. A cow just ate my gloves and vomited them back up again, so I had to wash them and now I've got to wait for them to dry. But it looks good. Antoine's already flown and is heading towards the Chinese border, and he's going to turn around and come back this way. Just taking off, it's 20 to 11. Cloud base looks a bit low past Spantik, but we're still going to go and have a fly, see if we can go up the Hispa. Maybe the cloud base gets higher in the afternoon and we can fly over it. Otherwise we'll just go try and fly in the Golden Pillars. Don't know what to do here. We just had a headwind coming that way. Oh good, that's a climb. That'll bide us some time to make a decision. We wanted to fly up that way, but we had horrible headwind.
You have to be able to change and adapt what the plan is in order to make the most out of the day sometimes, and that's what we did. We spoke on the radio.
Both going to the same conclusion that we couldn't keep pushing into the wind.
And we decided just to go downwind and start heading towards Islamabad.
Otherwise, we are going for a sure early landing.
So we've abandoned the idea of going up the Hispa or Spantik because there was easterly, like 30k easterly, that kind of screwed us over. George on Rakaposhi. Il est en beauté au pied de Rakaposhi. Alors Ben va vouloir tourner à gauche forcément, et moi à droite. C'est malin. Let's go to the left then. Couple of ninja moves today. Our plan was to go east, and we found out there is easterly wind. So here we are going west instead, no idea where. Do you think we can fly on this left side of Rakaposhi? I don't think it's going to work, but it might be cool to try.
Yeah, see how close we can get from that saddle, maybe?
Yeah, just for the hell of it, you know? I'm doubtful we're going to get any lifting air, but we're just going for a scenic pass by. Faudrait pas qu'il y ait un sérac qui tombe là.
Cool place to be flying.
Sharing a climb with the vulture in front of Rakaposhi. Come on, mate, you can climb better than that. Oh, he's out climbing me. Nanga Parbat is over there. That's what we're aiming for. Gonna go land somewhere near there and spend the night. 50 k's to go, couple hours maybe. But we've got west faces to follow, so it should be fairly straightforward. Wow, this is a good thermal. Approaching 6,000 meters. Car base hasn't got much higher, so Spantik probably wouldn't have worked to get through there. Nanga Parbat's getting bigger and bigger. We're gonna follow this ridge line. It hasn't got any clouds on it at the moment, but I did see one before, so. We're just eyeing up this lake that's at the top of this ridge ahead of us. Looks like a pretty awesome place to camp. So we're gonna have a look and see if we can find a different spot. The lake's a good option, but it doesn't really have a south aspect. It's either east or west. And there's loads of cows there, and I don't like cows anymore. So we're hoping that there's something on this south face on the other side of this ridge here. Yeah, I'm happy here.
Choosing a campsite can actually be challenging sometimes because you need somewhere safe to land. You don't want it to be really steep because you've got to be able to pitch your tent somewhere. You need the right aspects so that you can take off the next day. But most importantly, we needed water.
Oh yeah. Then
Beautiful. Yeah, down all good.
Good job.
We've landed near Nanga Parbat, which is just here. Should be fine to camp here. There's snow that we can melt for water. All right, we're gonna figure out where we're gonna pitch. Filled up with water.
I wonder how many cows have peed in that pond.
I think this is a mixture of cow shit and mud.
Finding drinking water was challenging. We would use snowbanks, and sometimes there was just puddles that we would use to get water, but sometimes we had to work a bit to get it. We were using filters, which worked really well.
Actually, we found out that they fit most of the plastic bottles sold on the market. You just squeeze the hell out of it and you got like clear, pure, drinkable water on the other hand.
The water didn't look appetizing at times, but the filters did an amazing job. This is the color of the water that we're drinking, but fear not, we are filtering it. These things are pretty good, and it comes out crystal clear, just like that. It's 20 to 9 in the morning. We are at campsite and it looked pretty stable, so we're just going to wait and see if things improve, but at the moment it's not looking amazing. Looks like there's a mega inversion, so we're just going to relax and hopefully it becomes more flyable in the afternoon. Our goal is to try and fly around the back of Nanga Parbat, but at the moment it doesn't look that possible, but things could change. But it's mega hazy down in the valley. You've got heavy bags, we're at altitude, it's a hot temperature. If we land in the valley, that's kind of game over just because of the heat and the altitude and the weight of the bags. If the conditions are right, we should be fine, but we don't want to gamble on a 10% chance of not getting up because of the conditions.
Y'a tout le monde.
Taking off near Nanga Parbat, and the aim is to fly as close to Nanga Parbat as we can and make our way down the highway.
Et c'est parti, on range. Enfin de l'air frais quoi. Ah bah voilà, monter de 50 mètres et la réception là. Coucou. One of the nicest camp of the whole trip, with view on my first ever 8,000 mountains, Nanga Parbat.
Crossing over to this next ridge that links up with Nanga Parbat. A little bit of overdevelopment on the other side there, but
in the valley of Chilas, we just remembered coming through that valley on the way to Hunza when we first arrived in Pakistan, and it was 42, 43 degrees in the middle of the night, really hot. So we were really keen to not go and land down in the valley in Chilas.
Let's go for that spur.
The highway goes from right to left over in that direction. So worst case, we'll land down by the highway there. If we're really lucky, we can land up on the pass, which is about 4,000 meters. It looks a bit darker to our left, so we're going to take this line straight ahead, aiming for that pointy one.
Super smooth today, so that's a very long transition. What I'm going to do is check my emails. Pretty sure I received 8 emails. Can't do that with the big logs. Oh, hi mom, email session 2, work, advertising, yeah, nothing. Cool.
It's looking pretty dark over here now, so keeping an eye on that, but over this way doesn't look as bad.
Another ridge, another little village. There are villages everywhere.
One step closer to our goal, passing this ridge. We made it over in a decent climb now, and then we're going to glide up that way and find somewhere to land, maybe near the pass. Woo-hoo! We've saved ourselves quite a bit of driving by flying this.
So happy, here is the pass in front of us. We're going to make it, even if we land anywhere here, we're going to shave 6 hours of the drive back to Islamabad. So it's fucking insane!
Landing in high altitude in Pakistan has a bit of more of stress level.
Because of the altitude, the air is thinner, so you fly a lot faster. But if the wind direction changes on you when you're coming into land and you suddenly come with even a 5 km/h tailwind, you can land really fast and you remember your altitude pretty quickly. And my landing on Babusar Top was probably the worst of the trip. I had tailwind, I landed really fast, slid in, cut my pants open, grazed my ankle. I was fine. Yeah, the last top landing was the most difficult and dangerous.
I'm losing some geese out of my arm.
Oh, yeah,
Just a flesh wound. That was the closest call probably both of us had this trip. I don't know what happened there, but came in with way too much speed, and I just got away with a cut ankle and a ripped pair of pants. But we've
at 4.5 again.
Yeah, and we've landed near the pass. So hopefully we're not going to get in trouble. Some police are not going to run up from the pass. We've probably saved ourselves 8 hours driving.
We could almost go to the restaurant tonight.
Yeah. I thought about it, eh? We'll go for a ride on the Ferris wheel.
On the last night, we met some shepherds.
We're carrying all the gear, warm jacket, tents, BV gear, you name it, water and food. And those guys were in sandals.
They were looking after a herd of goats and we hung out for a bit. But yeah, they had this cool little catapult that we were shooting rocks around. Yeah, it was cool.
And it started looking on. We don't have far to go today. We just want to fly about 30 kilometers down the highway, and I'm near a hotel. So we're going to get going soon because it looks doable. We don't need to fly in the heart of the day. All right, last flight.
Voilà, déco 4005, on passe le col.
See how far down the highway we can get.
Amongst the hazards here. Ferry wheel.
At the pass, Babusar Tops. There's the Ferris wheel.
Then ahead, we're 500 meters above the valley floor. It's not working well for 7. The advantage of flying two of us and explore 2 ridges at the same time, and mine worked. Ben followed me and he's making his way.
We've climbed up. We're heading this way over to this lake, and then hopefully we can hop over this ridge. There's good clouds ahead. Wow, lots of beautiful lakes. Awesome. Clouds looking a bit bigger further south, but we don't have far to go.
Fucking wow.
Maybe one more climb and we should be able to glide in. I think it's just around that corner.
Look at that scenery. That's a bit better than sitting on the back seat of the car. Huh?
Oh, well, we might be in a valley wind now, so this could be the end of the game. Now we're like salmon swimming upstream. The valley breeze is sloshing around here.
Here we are arriving in the compression, like I'm down to 25 km an hour with the speed bar.
We've decided to call it a day. We're just gliding down the valley. We've had a good run.
Speed bar off.
Yes, I would go back to Pakistan.
I'd absolutely go back to Pakistan. It's an amazing country, super nice people. The scenery is just ridiculous and the flying's amazing, and I feel like we only just scratched the surface.